Hello everyone, I'm Sylvia from H101.
Hello everyone, I'm Phoebe from H101. You know, with all the focus on Ukraine war recently, I feel like people are overlooking what's going on in the South Caucasus.
You mean Armenia and Azerbaijan?
Yeah, tensions between them are growing intensely. Armenia, even though they recently signed a peace treaty last month, Armenia recently called on Azerbaijan to investigate a series of ceasefire violations along their borders.
I read about that. Since March 13, when the draft treaty was agreed on, there have been 26 violations reported. That's shocking, especially considering there were only 3 in the 5 months before that.
Exactly. It's like the peace treaty is moving forward, but the situation on the ground is going the opposite directions. The Prime Minister of Armenia has suggested the violations might be a result of indiscipline within Armenia's military, or worse, a deliberate tactic to intimidate civilians.
Azerbaijan, of course, then is out of it. They have accused Armenia of manipulating facts and building up its military near the border. The fact that both sides keep blaming each other doesn't bode well for peace.
And the constitutional issues just adds to the complexity. Azerbaijan is refusing to finalize the treaty until Armenia removes the references to Nagorno-Karabakh from the constitution. This amendment might not happen until 2026.
So even if both sides have agreed on the text, we might be looking at years before it is actually implemented. In the meantime, the border is still tense. I also saw that Armenia accused Azerbaijan of targeting the cultural center in the village of Kanaskay just recently.
Yeah, but Azerbaijan dismissed it as disinformation. Thankfully, there haven't been any deaths since February, and the situation still feels volatile, especially with Aliyev hinting at renewed military actions when Armenia drags its feet on the treaty.
What worries me is how fast the thing could spiral. We have seen before how a few localized incidents can trigger a broader conflict. And with Karabakh history, how nearly the entire Armenian population fled in 2023, the trauma is still fresh.
Honestly, it makes you realize how fragile post-conflict peace really is. The peace treaty without trust doesn't worth much, and the root issues aren't resolved. The global community should pay more attention because this isn't just about Armenia and Azerbaijan. It's about how we define peace in the 21st century.
尽管亚美尼亚与亚塞拜然早于3月中旬就在和平条约的文本当中达成一致，但边境紧张的局势不降反升。自那以后，双方已通报高达26起的停火违规事件，远高于之前5个月的3起。亚美尼亚的总理帕西尼扬则认为这件事件可能是亚塞拜然的军事松弛，或是对亚美尼亚施加心理压力的手段。
由于这些边界问题，和平条款面临极大的冲突，双方互不信任，和平进程面临重大的考验。国际因此对此提高关注，避免憾事再发生。谢谢大家。